In this video, we will learn about important link building techniques. Getting backlinks is not easy. The first thing we need to do is understand why anyone would want to link to our site. When somebody links to our site, they don't get anything in return. So why should they link to us? They're not getting any SEO benefit, and everybody wants links from high authority sites. So those sites are being bombarded by requests for backlinks. Why should they link to us? We need to provide value to their users or readers through high quality content. If our high quality content is something that the site's readers or users will like, then a site will want to link to us. We need to follow a structured method for getting backlinks because it is a long and ongoing work. First step is to identify the keywords that you want to target, for which you want to rank. Then you either create a new content or select an existing content on the site for link building. Then you identify sites which would be willing to link to your page and approach them with a request for a backlink. Let us look at some of the methods of getting backlinks. The most common method is the first principles method. Author outreach is also a very effective method. Forum or blog commenting is another way of building links, although in many cases you will not get do follow link using this method. Guest blogging is very popular but also very time consuming, although it is very effective in both building backlinks and getting referral traffic. Doing press releases or responding to press queries is also an effective way of building backlinks. We can also share our content on social bookmarking sites like Dig and get backlinks from there. If we come across broken links where a site is linking to another page and that link is broken because the page has moved or the site is no longer live, then we can approach the owner of that site to link to us. Let us first look at the first principles method. In this method, we first identify sites which would want to link to our content. Then we find contact details for the site, who can we contact there for the backlink, and finally we reach out to the site owner to get a backlink. It's a three-step process. Let us see how to execute it. The first step is to find sites which may want to link to our pages. To find such sites, we first search Google with the targeted keyword, and Google will show us pages which are currently ranking for those keywords. So we look at the top ranking pages in Google. Then we use Moz Open Site Explorer or Ahrefs to find sites which are already linking to these pages. So what we are trying to do is find websites which are linking to pages which are already ranking in Google. So these are pages on other sites which are ranking in Google search results because other sites are linking to them. And we are trying to find out which sites are linking to them. Because these sites are already linking out to the pages which are currently ranking in Google, they may also link to us because there is an interest shown by them to link to similar content. Once we have the list of sites from Ahrefs or Moz ASC, then we need to prioritize sites based on their domain authority. We want links from higher domain authority sites. So we'll prioritize based on domain authority. Then we export or build the list in Excel so we can track it. Then we visit each page that is linking to a currently ranking page in Google to understand why it is linking to the ranking page. If we understand why some site is linking to a page, then we can make a similar page. So once we understand the reason for the current links, then we craft a pitch for our own page and send it to the site owner. But before we send it to site owner, we need to find their contact details. We can look at the author name on the linking page. So if there's a blog or post that is linking to a competitor site or page that is already ranking in Google, we try to find out who wrote that blog or that post and find that person's email ID or Twitter handle so we can contact that person. And finally, we reach out to this person with our pitch. Why they should link to our page. You can send them email or we can send them a Twitter message. When we do that, we need to make sure that we are soft selling ourselves because they get lots of requests from lots of other sites for a backlink every day. So we want to make sure that our email stands out. When our email arrives in the inbox, our message arrives in Twitter, it stands out. They recognize that it has come from a good site. And we do not ask for backlink right away. We try to build some rapport, some connection with the person, and then pitch the backlink. Because if the person likes our content, then they'll give us a backlink. If they don't like the content, they're not going to give us the backlink. So there's no point in pitching the backlink hard. We pitch our content, try to get their opinion. For example, we tell them, we understand you link to lots of other content on this topic, and we have got a content on this topic that you may like. Stop short of asking for a backlink, but promote the content and include here's the link to the content. You're not asked for a backlink, but you are sharing your content. And if the person likes your content, they might link to your page. The success rate for this method could be 15 to 20%. So if you send out 100 emails, if you contact 100 people, you might get 15 or 20 links back from this. So it may sound like a small number, 15 to 20%, but this is something that needs to happen on a daily basis. So we reach out to thousands and thousands of sites over a period of few months or year, and because of that, we get lots of high quality backlinks. So it's a volume game. You reach out to thousands and then you'll get backlinks in hundreds. This method works best with blog sites since the owner of the blog site is going to be blogging and that person can easily add a new link or modify the content to include your site. If you try to use this method with site like Forbes, it may not work because the author, once the article is published on Forbes website, has no control over the content. And once something is published, nobody is going to edit it easily on those sites. So if you are pitching for a backlink from Forbes, it's going to be very hard work. It's very difficult to get it. Instead, if you pitch it to somebody who already has his or her own blog, then that person will be able to provide you a backlink. If they like your content, they'll be able to provide a backlink quite easily. So corporate sites or large content sites are not a good target because there the content is very strictly monitored and there's a very strict process of making any changes to existing content, and nobody will want to make a change for adding a backlink. People who publish content on those sites have no control over the content. It is the site administrators, marketing people, legal, a lot of things involved. So if you try to pitch it to corporate sites or large sites, magazine sites, newspaper sites, you're not going to get a backlink from there. Because the process of changing existing content is very complicated.